Ammunition depleted.
All friendly in combat range.
Taking cover. Giving chase. Commencing a tactical withdrawal.
Times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases trackability. Scaffold on you.
All subjects must.
The console provides, the system abides.
Concept types.
And others are not.
Don't forget, your unthinking compliance lets the paradigm run with flawless efficiency. Unthinking is essential. Unthink today. Unthink
Here on Freighter is uniquely special.
It is usually overseen by head. The top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help. Come in, come right in, and be refreshed. Go now. tractability, stifles undue agitatement, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts?
All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail,
And a quick dip into the lathe of particularity to abrade your imperfections. I'm Head Refresher Ghoul.
and I guarantee when you exit our doors,
You'll be a productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say, goodbye, imperfect thoughts.
hello contentment.
Be advised, you have inhaled aerosolized chemicals with possible psychotropic.
Greetings, subject, or should I say refreshed to be. Welcome to the Wellnetarium. You're not on my schedule. A walk-in then. Wonderful. Once you're properly evaluated, we'll have you well on your way to refreshment.
And then our heads will be as empty as yours. I've seen this too many times. It's not as fun as it sounds.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment. Why, of course. Naturally. It is the duty of every subject to submit for a quick mental tune-up whenever we experience imperfect thoughts or lack a little zeal.
The top cognitive divisor responsible for making
Our intake evaluation automech here simply needs to ask you a few questions to amply delineate your phreноmetric matrix. A baseline understanding of your character and background will assist our facilitators in determining the ideal regimen necessary to abrade any perceived personality irregularities.
key part of our perfect society.
Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / your right, and it will begin your assessment.
Greeting, subject unscheduled. Welcome to Placid Waters Wellnetarium. Evaluation commencing. Subjects are required to respond 100% accurately to all queries. Bespoke prescribed regimens may produce untoward ramifications if baseline data is greater than minutely erroneous. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective. Incorrect. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the Sovereign as a loyal protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy, without error, perpetually. Each a vital cog. Query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, 3 being a traitor, 1 being dead.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind
Incorrect.
the process.
Wait, processing. That was correct. No subject has ever answered that query accurately before to date. The degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of a dutiful and true subject of the Protectorate is beyond measure. Query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts, including, but not limited to, doubt, disbelief, uncertainty, curiosity, recalcitrance, and mischief? Unacceptable. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Final query. How would your neighbors describe you?
Mental refreshment process.
Unsatisfactory response. The appropriate reply was, they never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lagged. Formulating conclusion. Phreноmetric matrix delineated. Subject evaluation score total 200 out of 200. The acceptable amount for a true and dutiful protectorate subject is 0. In conclusion, you are in dire need of mental refreshment. Now, proceed to the nearby pneumatic tube to collect your complimentary unitard and lift pass. Next, proceed one floor down, where you will be directed further. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
Paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our ruler.
To deliberate is to court ruin.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and
This
know-how
unit
behind the
reminds you
mental
that
refreshment
mental
process.
refreshment
That's
is
why
not
we are
an Earth
all
Directorate
happy and
approved
contented,
medical procedure.
and others are not.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
They never question.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellness here on Prater
You're new.
is uniquely
Must be.
special.
It is
You still retain that look of
personally
inquiry
overseen
and
by head
deliberation.
refresher Gould,
I'm
the
Waylon.
top cognitive deviser responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing
I make all songs
than
about the
ever.
paradigm abiders. Folks tend to get rather sore about it. The original version's about being a good Protectorate subject and turning in your neighbor if they lack zeal or
Our
faint
enemies envy
thoughts
our
and such.
prosperity,
In my
disdain our
case,
sense of
my daughter
community.
reported me.
They sneer at our contentment.
Not yet. Not that I haven't tried. There's something about the lyrics that just seem to want to stay put in my mind. Mayhap the refreshment is doing its work. They say my phrenometric peaks are resistant to abradement, but still, they try. A facilitator said that I'd been here thrice, but I only remember once or twice.
Stymies untoward inclinations and refashions
I
the
couldn't
mind
leave.
into a thing
Not
of
yet.
symmetry.
Haven't completed my regimen. My phrenometric peaks are still jutting all over the place, they say. May you realign with the paradigm.
The console provides, the system abides.
Medicament dispensement has concluded for today. Please proceed to the lecture hall
Only the
to request
Protectorate
an
possesses
exception.
the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented.
The kitchen
And
pantry
others are
is
not.
presently off limits due to anomalous structural tampering.
Placid Waters Wellnetarium here on Prater is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by head refresher Gould, the top cognitive
Settle
divider
down, everyone.
responsible
Lecture's
for making
playing.
the mental
Prepare to be
refreshment
edified.
For today's topic, we'll touch on why our program is so very important. Ignorant, misguided outsiders may wonder, why does the Protectorate need mental repair?
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how mentally refreshed are you feeling today? Response, zeal, noted. With hope, our highly trained refreshment facilitators will share your promising self-diagnosis. I am responsible for providing each subject with their recommended daily dosage of reprioritrin. Medicament dispensement has concluded for the day. Response. Medicaments are stored in medicament storage, the office in which this unit presently operates. Yet it is strictly off limits to all non-refreshment facilitator personnel. Farewell statement. May refreshment soon render you free from doubt. A vital cog once more. Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. Greeting, unscheduled walk-in.
Aw, a new face. Well, I'd welcome you to the Wellnetarium, but the designated subject greeter ought to have attended to that by now. Admitting you question is the first step in your recovery. But worry not. Soon enough, with our help and a little work, you'll never question again.
And refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
You've missed the daily medicament dispensement, if that's what you mean. But you should take that up with the medicament dispensement automech directly.
Progress. Sustain the system.
You must mean the lathe of particularity. One assumes you haven't had a session with Head Refresher Gould yet. You'll soon learn all about it firsthand.
Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and
I see you found the lecture as edifying as all the others here. Good, good. Collective cognitive compliance is a key part of the prescribed curative regimen. Head Refresher Gould provides us with daily lectures in audio cartridge form to steer group thinking. As they say, to think together is to together thrive. Upstairs in the audiovisual aids office, of course. Though that area is off limits to all subjects not a part of facility staff or security. How very interesting. Here, take my pass then. It grants access to all mid-privilege priority areas. You'll feel ever so much better once your phronometric peaks have been abraded.
Violence deferred. Mental refreshment really cleans out your common sense. Like an enema for your gray matter.
Advisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever. Collective cognitive compliance is a key part of our perfect society.
Sharpen up.
When
Hostiles
we
near.
comply together, we thrive together. They are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Thing of symmetry.
Every protector is subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies undue organization, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Subjects progress the ruler, the console.
Only the Protector possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process.
Potential combatants in the vicinity.
Many mental refreshment facilities. Arcadia. Last here on Freighter is uniquely special.
Pressure Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible.
Say, what's that sound? Why does the wall look so soft all over?
Oh, do I detect a whiff of reprioritin gas? You know, I suddenly feel a mite more pliable somehow. Surely nothing to question. I thought no one was due for peak abradement for hours. I should have your chart. Wait. Ha! You're not a Protectorate subject at all. You have the telltale look of wonder and introspection.
Frequent exposure to reprioritin gas may result in increases in tolerance and gullibility.
Well, this is normally where you'd say something. My, can't believe I'm falling for that, as it may be the most unconvincing display of fealty I've ever seen. Oh dear, I seem to be a little unstable at the moment. But never fear, I have intellect to spare. Don't believe me? I can prove it. Even in a state such as this, I am more than able to apply my argumentative skills against the inferior minds and bankrupt philosophies of our rivals. To what end are you here? Tell me truly. Speak plainly. You know, I'm beginning to have an inkling about your purpose here, and whose employ you're under. A proposal. Adequately debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology, and I'll provide you what you're here for. I believe in the strength of our ideals. I'm quite certain I'll win you over. What's more, our colloquy promises to be vastly more diverting than my usual day-to-day blather. But if I'm wrong, what would Auntie's Choice or the Order or my word, you're not a scrapper? Well, none of them will know what to do with our advanced know-how. There's a good sport. Do try to keep up. So, what of the Order? Our former allies, those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in ceaseless cogitation. What say you of them? What I may find personally satisfying is irrelevant. I think first of my community. Thought is an affliction to the base cog. Rampant, unrestrained rumination leads nowhere pretty. Though your point, while gratingly expressed, is noted, albeit grudgingly. What say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists? Yes, I've seen the craters left in their wake. They're quite capable as far as looting and destruction go. I'm not sure I perceive the merit in that, though. In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. No, the others simply cannot compare. People are unproductively prone to unhappiness. We remove this self-sabotaging flaw so they can fully appreciate the ample bounty we provide, free of doubt and worry. Oh, are we to debate the nature of self now? Of identity? Let's stay on topic. I admit I've never submitted myself to the lathe of particularity, but I'm sure it would be like a light, pleasant misting of the mind. I am certain I would return unchanged. Well, admit I assumed this conversation would be more engaging. Did you have any final points you'd like to make? As a, last chance to distinguish yourself? Her opinion to me would be largely irrelevant. While I appreciate all she did, of course, there are those who are visionaries, and those of us who enact vision, who make it real. All right, fair enough. In that little battle of wits, one of us proved severely outmatched, and I'm not sure you're completely aware of which of us I'm referring to. I am deeply disappointed by your lack of intellectual prowess, though ultimately I'm not wholly surprised. Suppose that leaves one last thing.
Emergency protocols
we have
ready.
an intruder!
As indicated.
Who needs to die?
Process more refreshing than ever.
Wait. I was led to believe my case required minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive. Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting, per instructions. Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer! Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended. Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce! Release me at once!
I'm alive. Who needs to die? Look sharp. It's a fight.
Refilling my weapon.
You've gained privileged access somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
Responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, and our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
near. Statistical chance of violence increasing.
Don't hurt him, please. The Sovereign isn't at his best right now. You're not here to harm him, are you? If so, I must warn you, I will defend the Sovereign to the fullest extent of my meager abilities. Yes, it is. Our beneficent, infallible ruler, the Sovereign Henry Aloysius Varick, son of the first Sovereign, Reuben Varick. You'll have to forgive him right now. As I said, he is not his best today. We've been here since it was determined that the Sovereign, long distraught over the loss of his family, was in need of mental refreshment. Since then, he has been receiving dedicated treatment from head refresher Gould himself. Well, after his first session, the Sovereign was notably upset, launched into hysteric fits of paranoid ranting. Absurd nonsense about how the consul had betrayed him and seized power. For his own good, he had to be gently but firmly restrained. That all stopped after his next dip into the lathe, thank law. He's remained quite peaceful since. I'm certain he'll be back to his old self in no time. Preposterous! The consul and all the vigilant are above reproach. No subject of the Protectorate would ever harm, or knowingly allow harm to befall our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign, or consider such a thing. To even think such a thought is unthinkable. This stately form before you is the direct descendant of the matriarch herself. All we have, all any of us have, stems directly from the works of his family line. I will stay true to him and the Protectorate to the end. We all will. The Sovereign is receiving the finest possible care, as he has every day of his life. Treatment outside the Protectorate is barbaric by comparison. Our system is perfect. Just leave us be.
Corrective cognitive compliance is a key part of your prescribed curative regime. Think only prescribed thoughts and... refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Greetings, new person. You have a look of query about you. I have answers to questions and no questions to answer.
And defend it.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, acid waters wellnotarian.
Irregularities have all been
It is personally overseen by head refresher Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for making
The mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so...
Look sharp. It's a fight.
Health benefits available at your request.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Die for the curse.
Suspect. System endurance. You are dying. We did not advance the path.
Your prosperity.
Look sharp dictates we repel all invasive
Die for the curse.
Promoting teammate help.
Supposed to shoot the enemy.
Definitely something.
Alert. Hostile.
What was... It's like... Disruptive
Enemy spotted.
If you cleared out. Investigating hospital.
Deserves a look. You have my attention. What? Try and keep your gun.
Unfriendly in combat range.
Questions are an addiction.
Stranger ahead.
Invasive element!
Fight! Ooh, an enemy.
Disruptive influences!
Disappeared somehow. Investigating hostile act.
Unfriendly company. They're mine.
Perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection
Potential
is
combatant
impossible
in the
lives of
vicinity.
What's over? Make me walk on over there, huh?
With a true adherent zeal. It's incredible the things that we have done.
To assist with agents' health needs. Fortifying team.
Looks like a Dawn camp is up ahead. We should be able to find one of our devices there. It's a fight!
Finally! Maybe now I can get to the truth of this kill order nonsense. I just need to check our comms device for a coded message from my old acquaintance, Severin. I knew it! He wants to help me find out who's behind this. I sent a reply telling him to meet me at a place that should be safe. It's on Cloister.
Down a bit!
Aggressor at hand.
Fortifying teammate by...
Property crime is a serious, raring to fight. Time to settle a
Emergency protocol syringes primed. Alert. An upgrade module compatible with your Valerie unit is nearby.
This is Auntie Cleo, offering a warm welcome to all visiting Auntie's Choice employees, affiliates in training, and ethically gray consultants who labor with committing to a side. We took what nature heedlessly assembled and thusly rebettered it through artificial means at Auntie's Choice.
Shifty-looking individual, if you ask me.
I must say,
I'm going to lend a hand at the exclusion zone. Going to be injured.
The paradigm is a self-centered...
on my hands when I came in here, and now it's... Why didn't I wash them first? Thanks for the preposterously late advice. How about you leave me to endure my pulpy penury in peace? Even though you are compelled to? Well, that's a notion I've never...
I've got a much better way to end his suffering. Permanently.
What? No, that's not... Someone help me!
Recharged for mayhem!
moment of your time, Commander. Remember that matter on Cloister I mentioned earlier? Well, since we're here and all, thought we might take it up now. Might be hard to believe, but 20 or so odd years ago, I made a mistake. Feels like high time I righted it. Now I'm out and about again. That's where the error occurred, I believe. Others judged it such. I shut it down. Believe I was wrong to do so. For many years now, a former colleague of mine's been in a remote spot called Reasons Pass, on account of my decision. I try not to think about regret or remorse. I shut down her work. I was wrong. Stating that out loud is the furthest extent of my self-castigation. Her research was unconventional, surely. She was as well. I think with both, we could right things, get the Order back on its intended path. Do appreciate it, Commander. See that spire? That's the archive right there. The archive.